I know we don't talk about Call of the Wild the Angler enough, so let's give this South Africa reserve announcement a little bit of a show. As many of you know, Africa is one of my favorite continents, and it goes way back to being a wee lad, learning about the European explorers, traveling throughout hippo and crocodile infested rivers and Cape Buffalo and lion and elephant-filled savannas and jungles. Africa just built that sense of adventure inside me, which I use when I go out on my own adventures in real life. Including Africa back in 2019. But let me save you, this isn't one of those recipe blogs where you have to read through 4 pages of story before you get to the ingredients. So let's just get on with it. Firstly, the release date. The South Africa Reserve releases officially in Call of the Wild the Angler on March 26th on both PC and consoles. It also mentions that we'll be able to experience the region's diverse biomes. However, looking through the trailer, I'm seeing kind of a dry shrubland with lakes, as well as some waterways running down between canyons. Oh, and there's a dinosaur park. I'm not sure how that ties into it all, but it will be interesting to see. I'll be honest, my first idea when I first saw this was like the how do you pronounce it? The coelacanth? The one like prehistoric fish they thought was extinct and then they found it again. And I looked that up and it was actually kind of along like the Indian Ocean and like around Madagascar and Eastern Africa, and I thought maybe it's kind of roughly in the same area, but at the same time it's like a saltwater fish, and the more you talk about it, the more it just seems like a stretch. So I think this whole dinosaur park thing might just be something random, to be quite honest. Anywho, we're told that there are 16 native species to South Africa, and I would pretty much take native as like more like a stretch. I've always viewed South Africa as like the Texas of Africa, and even in the first 3 fish that they aren't even native, they were just added there by European settlers basically. So of the 3 returning fish species, I am going to imagine they will be the rainbow trout, the common carp, and either the largemouth or the smallmouth bass. As far as the other 13 fish are concerned, we are told that 3 of them will be the African sharp-toothed catfish, the African tigerfish, and the spotted bass for some reason. I don't know. I have no idea. As far as the other 10 are concerned, I've put together a few different ideas and I'm really curious to see what you think, especially if you're a big fisherman or angler in South Africa. So my choices for the last 10 fish are the smallmouth yellowfish, tilapia, one of them, vundu, blue kerper, and even though I can't find any information on actually catching one of these via hook and line, I do think the African lungfish could be something they add just for something different. It is a video game after all. Then I'm thinking the upper Zambezi, red nose, or purple labio, as well as a few more of the bream species such as the red-breasted bream or the humpback largemouth. And that's all assuming that they don't pull a fast one on us and allow some like brackish water fishing, but they didn't do that for Norway either, so there really wasn't much of saltwater at all there except for like what, the salmon or whatever? Yeah. Disappointing. So I would doubt they would bring that with the South Africa Reserve. But I'm curious to see all of your thoughts down in the comments, especially if you're from South Africa. I would love to see what you would consider to be like common South African fish to fish for fresh water. And if you are a big angler like that, I definitely recommend joining our Discord page. That way when I ask questions in the Discord, you'll be able to answer it in the future, unlike everyone who's currently on there. Out of like nearly 3,000 people, no one seemed to have any answers. Come on. I know there are probably some pretty itchy people who would really love to see like a Goliath tigerfish or a Nile perch, but South Africa just doesn't seem to really support that sort of life. So I just wouldn't see it as a possibility. Especially when you consider that they still haven't added the Wells catfish to the Spain map, and I mean, the Ebro River is like world renowned for Wells catfish fishing, and it wasn't added. So it's like Norway, saltwater fishing, no. Spain map, Wells catfish, no. Anything that sounds cool. I'm honestly surprised they threw in the African tigerfish with this South African map. You would think that they would leave out the coolest thing you could catch there as well. Anyway, I'm eager to see what those other fish species are, and if you are as well, make sure you follow along, hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell to get notifications for future videos. And I'd recommend this if you enjoy fishing games at all. well, because we are the #1 fishing game channel on YouTube. If you found this video entertaining or informative at all, make sure you hit that like button. And if you'd like to join us at our live streams every Wednesday night from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Central, make sure you do so. Would love to see you there and maybe join us for a game of fishing. But until the next episode, everyone, take care, and as always, remember everyone, we're one planet, one family, game on.